A controversial name change for the St. Petersburg Library is now official. The building is getting a $6 million upgrade, but it is the new name, President Barack Obama Library, that has a lot of people talking about this one. So the library is on 9th Avenue at 37th Street North. The name change was announced by Mayor Rick Kreisman in February for Black History Month, but it was just formally approved last night by St. Pete's City Council.
Like any story involving recent political figures, this story got a lot of comments and generating plenty of arguments on Facebook. Now, some of you think this is a great way to honor the country's first black president. Others don't think he contributed enough to the country or specifically to the St. Petersburg community. And there are others who suggest staying away from living people when looking for a namesake. We want to know what you think. Should public buildings be named after living political figures, or should we stay away from names that could lead to arguments like the ones that we're seeing now? Go to WTSP.com/YourTampaBay and let us know. Meanwhile, 10 News reporter Bo Zimmer caught up with one of the city leaders behind the new name to see what she thinks about the backlash.
Well, first of all, we're whispering because we're in the middle of the St. Pete Public Library.
That's right.
But,
we have to use our quiet voices.
Exactly. Here with Deputy Mayor Dr. Kanika Tomlin, and you and I, we grew up in this library.
Yes.
Right around over there.
That's right, in the children's section. Yeah. You know, always such a special place. Yeah.
This library is so special to a lot of people in St. Pete. Why did the city want to name this library after President Obama?
Because it is one of our most special, most sacred places. So this library really belongs to all of us. We all have our corners of the community that we call home, where we mostly reside, but there are a few places that are cross sections of our community that really bring us together, and we think this library is one of them. That being said, you did get a lot of pushback. You got some emails. A lot of the pushback was regarding the thought that it was partisan, perhaps, or political, which we disagree with. As much as it's about Obama, it's about the role he plays in our nation's history. The fact that he was this nation's first African-American president is such a significant accomplishment. We thought it was a chance to really acknowledge that progress, how far we've come as a community. We hope that people will walk into the Barack Obama Library and feel the power of possibility and understand just how much anything is possible and how the library can contribute to their goals.
Now, the new name also could result in partnerships with other presidential libraries across the country.
Yeah, and Reg, there's a huge conversation about this going on online, hundreds of reactions and almost 200 comments. Let me read just a few of those. Venice, your comments stirred up the most reaction online today. If honoring a man of distinction causes you to be disagreeable and disrespectful, then this library will serve you well. Come and learn about the history of events that made it all happen. Shane, you pointed out no connection to St. Pete. Name it for someone who contributed, perhaps after the education secretary, attorney general, governor, or sitting congressman. Mary, you agree, saying, I'm not against Obama, but I think a more local head of literacy would have been a more perfect name. And Deb suggests waiting to name streets, buildings, schools, your firstborn, etc., after politicians and other famous people for at least 100 years after they die. Well, that brings us back to the question we've been asking you at WTSP.com/YourSateTampaBay. Should public buildings be named after current political figures? So far, about a third of you say yes, and 66% say no. There's still time to vote and join in. Just head to our Facebook page as well. Just search 10 News WTSP.